The Titanic, which took 1,200 days to build, sank in just 2 hours. April 10, 1912, was the day when the world's largest and most expensive ocean liner, the Titanic, was completely ready for its maiden voyage. The Atlantic Ocean was very calm that day, and there was no sign of any storm. About 1,500 passengers had already boarded, and millions of people had gathered at the dock to witness the beginning of Titanic's first journey. Neither the passengers, nor the people saying goodbye, nor even the crew knew that 6 major mistakes had been made during the construction and operation of this ship, mistakes that would soon lead it to a terrible disaster. Today, you will learn about 6 such mistakes of the Titanic, once the most luxurious and advanced ship of its time, that, if avoided, might have made it famous for its success instead of its tragic sinking. Even Captain Edward Smith, who had 40 years of experience, failed to notice these mistakes. Not only him, but the company operating Titanic, the White Star Line, which had experience managing 107 ships, also overlooked them. Even the manufacturing company, Harland & Wolff, which had built over 500 ships before Titanic, did not identify these flaws. The construction of Titanic began in 1909 and took about 3 years and the effort of 2,000 workers to complete. After completion, it still had to undergo testing. Confidence in the ship grew when it successfully passed its sea trials. After that, it was marketed worldwide as the Unsinkable Titanic. Its first voyage was scheduled to begin from Southampton, England, on April 10, 1912, heading toward New York, USA. Tickets were expensive. First-class luxury cost the equivalent of hundreds of thousands in today's currency. Due to heavy marketing, all tickets were quickly sold out. Finally, the day arrived. Mistake number 1. At exactly 12 noon, Titanic began its journey. Captain Smith had been given strict instructions to reach New York by April 17, within just 7 days. Because of this pressure, he maintained a very high speed from the beginning, which became the first major mistake. Mistake number 2. After 3 days at sea, on the evening of April 14, fog had reduced visibility. Another ship ahead sent multiple wireless warnings about floating icebergs, at least 6 times, but due to negligence by the radio operators, these critical warnings were missed. Mistake number 3. Although lookouts were posted to spot dangers, they did not have binoculars. Because of this, they couldn't detect the iceberg from a distance. By the time they saw it, it was already too close. Mistake number 4. Captain Smith ordered the engines to stop and attempted to steer away, but it was too late. The iceberg struck the ship. Experts believe that the rivets used in Titanic's hull were made of weaker iron instead of stronger steel, causing the plates to come apart upon impact. Mistake number 5. Water began filling the lower compartments. Titanic was designed to stay afloat even if up to 3 compartments flooded, but the water spread into a 4th compartment, sealing its fate. Although there was still hope, the situation quickly became uncontrollable. Another major issue. There were only 20 lifeboats for about 1,500 passengers, even though space for more existed. Mistake number 6. Chaos spread as passengers rushed to escape. Lifeboats were launched without being fully filled, and priority was given to first-class passengers. If boats had been filled properly, more lives could have been saved. At 2:18 a.m., the ship's lights went out due to a short circuit, and soon after, Titanic broke into 2 parts. It took about 2 hours and 40 minutes for the ship to completely sink into the Atlantic Ocean. Around 1,500 people died in the freezing water, which was about -2 degrees Celsius. At such temperatures, survival beyond 30 minutes was nearly impossible. The actual number of deaths may have been higher, as some people were reportedly aboard without tickets. Most survivors were women and children. Captain Smith reportedly spent his final moments helping passengers and was among the last to leave the ship.